Hey everyone, and welcome to our TYR Wodapalooza coverage. I'm your host, Lauren Khalil. Today we have Adrian Conway and Joey Adduci back here, this time giving their men team podium picks. I love the format this year. It's exciting. The team names, who's going. What are you guys most excited about for this division?
Oh my! I mean, I'm always excited about the Wodapalooza team division because it just brings out the biggest names in our sport. So for the simple fact that it's an opportunity for athletes to let their hair down, quote unquote, um, and to have a bit of fun, but still know there's a great prize at the end of the weekend. They're going to be extremely competitive. And I almost get really excited about this particular format now because it's so different than what we see at the CrossFit Games, right? With the four-person team since 2018, it's like this really creates a whole different setup and structure with three single-sex teams. And I'm excited about to see what happens out there.
Joey, what are you looking forward to?
I think the biggest thing is that we're going to see athletes on the individual front on Thursday and Friday. And then it's going to be really cool to kind of see them shift gears. And like Adrian's saying, a lot of times people put up some crazy performances when they're just out there having fun. So
Mm.
the pressure is off, and it's just going to be fun to see them kind of let things loose on the fly. And I think that's where you're going to see a lot of people, put up some crazy numbers. Biggest thing I think experience is going to matter when it comes to the teams because we
Mm,
got a lot of first timers getting paired up that are fit, but necessarily Adrian knows from his experience, team is a completely different ball game.
yes.
It is a different beast. Joey, let's take a look at your teams.
All right,
One,
so
two, and three.
first thing we'll start with number 3 is the Canadian PB and J. So Vellner, Fikowski, and Adler. These guys are great. They're always, joking around with each other whenever they're at competitions. I think they have a great, rapport with each other. And then in terms of fitness balance, you got the professor, you got Patty Vellner on the left. He's going to be, the gymnastics guy. And then Adler has that freakish strength. So in terms of fitness balance, I think they're a good complementary team. Second, we got King, BK, and friends. So we got Tola, BKG, and Con Porter. I was a little worried about putting them at number 2 because I know that Con had a little bit of an elbow injury over at Dubai. But
Mhm.
knowing his training team with Yami, I don't think that he would be jumping into this competition unless he was feeling better. So hopefully he is healthy and this team has that experience along with BK. Even though he wasn't a part of the teams, he's somebody who trained with them every single day. So there's definitely that pre-built in rapport. And then number 1, I'm going with the boys. They are the runner. They won last year, so this is somebody that is the favorite coming in. Travis Mayer, Noah Alston, and Chandler Smith. If everybody's healthy and good to go, I can't see anybody being able to take them down.
Well, and it looks like our partner over here, Adrian, agreed.
Yeah, I agreed, and I'm going to work my way up from the bottom up. But when Rich Froning's on a team, it's very hard for me to keep them off the podium whatsoever. You could. It doesn't matter how much he's been training. It doesn't matter what he's training for. When Rich takes the floor, we know those competitive juices are going to be flowing. And I really like the fitness level of Tyler Christfell and, of course, Sam Cornier, which I think we'll probably see Sam again out on that individual floor this year. So I really like their individual physical capacity, the way they're going to come together as a team and as a unit because they get to have the experience together, probably the most time together from a training perspective than any other group in regards to what they got to experience this whole last season of being in person. Then my number 2 is a wild card pick. Folks, I don't
Wow, I
know how
like
this
this
team
call.
is going to go. They don't even speak the same language, everybody, but
You
they got
might be right.
high amounts of work capacity. And I literally wanted to bring attention to this group because I can't wait to see how they operate. Who knows what we're going to see? Is it going to be synchro work? Is it going to be, are they going to be able to use nonverbals to communicate? And with having experience on the team, all these things matter so much. So I really have no idea how Roman and Willie Georges and Jay Crouch are going to perform together, but they made their way to the podium in my perspective, simply from the fact that I want to see what they do together. And then the boys, Travis Mayer, Noah Olson, and of course Chandler Smith, they have tremendous amounts of work capacity. They've got a history together. We saw what they did last year at the 2022 Wodapalooza. So to me, it's a no-brainer. Those guys are going to bring home the trophy, and I don't know how close it will be. I must say, the Porter, BKG, and Tola team was right there for me on the outside looking in as well.
So then do you guys think that this is going to be a podium that has close races, or is there going to be a wider spread for team?
It's going to be tough. I mean, the cool thing right now too is that we know that the 5th event is going to be the lifting event. So that's going to be like the cutoff before they go to the final and they make cuts. So that's going to be something that's going to definitely be a little bit of a monkey wrench in there. I think the biggest thing is going to be there's going to be a lot of shuffling around. Like I said to you earlier, Lauren, like there's like 9 teams here that I'm like, any of these teams could be on the podium. It's just going to matter of like execution, communication, and like, are they healthy? You know what I mean? Because a lot of these competitors are competing for 2 days beforehand. So how are they feeling when they get to the team? So it's definitely going to be a coin flip, but it's going to be an exciting one to watch.
Yeah, and I feel the same way. I think it's going to be tremendously close. I had a terrible time trying to put together the list and really think it through. You know, I try to be analytical. I'm trying to put myself in the athlete's shoes. I'm trying to think from a coaching perspective. Are they peaked for this competition? How serious are they really taking it? And I think I failed miserably. And it's because of how deep it is, though. And equally, that's why everyone should be so excited about being able to watch it or be there in person. But I mean, I left a team like Brent Fikowski, Pat Vellner, and Jeffrey Adler off the podium. I didn't even mention them as my fourth place. So it's like that goes to show, you know, one, we know they're fit. How hungry will they be to win this championship on the team side, and how well will they work together? That begs to be seen. So we will see that, but nonetheless, it's going to be it's a very deep field. It's going to be a close race.
Okay. Any other teams that either of you guys left off that you think is worth mentioning without going all the way back to 9?
I would start with good dudes. Obviously, Mayhem. They're just so good for so long. They're like the Yankees. You're just like, we know they're going to be there. So it's hard. I want to give some of these other teams some love. And he's definitely right in the sense that you can't count Rich out anytime he shows up. But I looked at the good dudes team and I see Jason Hopper, James Sprague, and Cole Sager. That's an exciting team. I don't know how much those guys communicate outside of showing up to the competition, but in terms of fitness capacity, absolutely off the charts. And then Les Boys is Nick Matthew, Yonakoski, and James Newberry. That team looks like fun, but I would definitely say out of any of those, I'd probably have to go with good dudes.
And I'm in full agreement. The team that I left off and didn't mention at all, good dudes, is extremely well-rounded. Now, when it comes to making large loads travel long distances quickly, they're going to make it have to travel quite a long distance. Cole Sager's going to come in and moderate the distance traveled, but you know, for those other two, they're pretty big rigs, and if it comes down to cycling speed and cycling rate, sometimes they might have a struggle. But man, I mean, it's going to be an amazing competition. Because of, you know, I don't know when we're going to see people need to rest and how far they're going to push thresholds. And, you know, when something's prescribed, will they need to break it up? And will it come down to transitions? These are the things that truly make me so excited about the team competition.
Joey, Adrian, I cannot wait. We'll see you in Wodapalooza. Until then, we're going to get ready.